Greetings, my fellow audience, viewers, and subscribers. This is going to be part 3 into regex, patterns, and regular expressions or regex expression. It's very important to understand for a DevOps guy, for a analyst, especially cybersecurity analyst, for a engineer, for a technician, even at the senior level of desktop support engineering, and for particularly on-site lead desktop support engineer. That's the way I'm going to describe it and say it. This part 3 will also touch base or touch in the core essence of monitoring in SOC, Security Operations Center, Command Center, okay, and SEIM, as in System Event, I call it Investigation Management, right? Where you have all your data sources tied to, you can call it Signos, you can call it Splunk, and there are open source SEIM tools out there that we are using nowadays, right? So we're going to talk about importance of patterns. I hope you can see that, okay? So this is just a sample of a text file. Basically, it's a log. This is a simple log, and then it gives you a date, time. This is what you call a pattern right here. You see this? All these are patterns, right? If you scroll down, then, oops, too fast. Back again. We scroll down, we see a regular expression, okay? I'm not going to go too deep in it, right? Because it's a pretty lengthy subject. This is just a part 3 of my previous content and video. Trying to connect what a log is, what expressions are. So number 4, you see it says copy regex right there, right? So it probably is going to tell you the date and time where the log is coming from, basically, and that's what it means. Now, as you go down here to number 5, like I said before, regex is a very important tool, very important craft, trade to master it, to learn it, and to know it. It is currently used in the following languages. Either you're coding, either you're scripting, either you're programming, right? C, regex.h. C#, Go, grep, Java, JavaScript, Kotlin, PHP, Python, Ruby, Swift, Visual Basic.net. And here is the information, okay? So like we say, let's go down more. Oops. Share the current content. So basically it's case sensitive. Yes, it is. And dot match line breaks. So that's what it explains you, and multi-lines. And that's how multi-lines are divided. Okay. Now we go down here. There we are. Okay. So this exactly would become your log, right? Where does it generate from? Actually, it's generating from this. This is a home page or a web link, so we call it a host. Okay. Now, how do we connect? How do we connect to make sure that Is this genuine? Is this right? Is this good? Right? It's this good. So here we have a book, right, called Exploring Splunk, right? Splunk, we already know what it is. Those who work with Splunk should know. My whole purpose, my whole aim, goal in this content, in this presentation, to show you how we link expressions. It's very simple. It is as simple as it can be if we keep it simple, right? So I'm going to share with you some expressions. I'm going to hold this page for at least a few minutes. So here we have regex, we have a note, example, and explanation, right? It's right out of the Splunk book. Well, we're going to look at the next page. Next page right here, okay? And we have the time. This is common Splunk start time functions. And here is the common days function. So log coming out of anywhere, from any place, right? Place meaning host. So now we are going to talk about a couple of things. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I will share the nitty-gritties. So we have in here source type, host, index, fields, tags. Next page we have event types, report, dashboard, apps, permission, user role, and transactions. I hope you get that. All right, now this is called events. Events is a log that's happening. Now, we are going to talk about the most important thing, okay? So understand the word other machine data source. I'm going to keep it there a minute or two so you guys can understand. Now, on this page is very important. Look at that, says file, system, audit log, database, audit log and tables, configuration file and data package, message, queuing. Now, everything that we see in logs is known as machine generated data. And the next one is called rational database. I'm going to keep it there for a while so you guys can understand. I don't want to go too deep in it because now the key part is to understand where do the logs come from, known as the data source. All right. We live in the world of application logs. So here are application log definition. Web access logs. Here's a definition, okay? And then we go into web proxy logs. Here's a definition on the top. All right. Then you got clickstream data. Everything is clickstream nowadays. Okay. Now, I'm not going to sit here and teach you Splunk. That's not the aim. That's not the goal. Because Splunk is a research processing language itself. And it takes quite a while to get Splunk, learning Splunk. Okay? But if you work in SOC, if you work in what you call command center, you are a monitoring analyst, or like I mentioned before, you are doing security work either for physical security, either for AD, known as Active Directory, or Azure nowadays, and you'll be collecting logs for investigation, for legal hold, whatever the case is. I used to do that in the past, where you retrieve logs for security purpose, for legal, or other stuff's out going on in the enterprise world, right? My next introduction, again, I think I have introduced this book before in my earlier content, but since we're talking about logs, regex, especially regex, expressions and patterns, this will make sense, make logic why I'm saying what I'm saying, okay? Like I said, I don't want to put too much time in it. It is time consuming. It takes hands-on experience. It takes many years to understand. If you are working as a consultant or as a contractor, they call it, work on different products, OEM products, you go vertical, you go horizontal, and you change companies, which is okay. There's no shame in it. There's no shame in it. You got to pay your bills in the end of the day, right? But you should be tech savvy enough to pick things up right on the fly, right? It's called OJT, on the job experience, right? That's how you're going to gain experience. That's how you're going to gain wisdom. That's how you're going to gain knowledge. Knowledge is the most important thing in life, right? So this is my second book that I keep, Splunk Developer's Guide. Okay, we're not going to read the whole book. No, that's not the purpose. That is not the goal in here at all. At all. The goal in here for this content, for this video, for this presentation is to put the value on regex patterns and regex itself and expressions, right? So here is a definition. Focus on this definition, which is number 4, regular expressions, what it is and how it's used, where it's used, when it's used, applied, okay? And there are 2 definitions in here. My focus is regular expressions. You can read up on number 2. It might help you. Like I said, I'm not here to talk about Splunk in detail because this is an OEM product. Here is to build a connection. To build a connection to show how valuable, how important expressions are. Regex, regular expressions, and patterns. All right. Once again, I am grateful to my audience, to my subscriber, and I'm grateful to new joiners, old joiners, somebody who's just popping in and reviewing it. I haven't been on LinkedIn quite a while. I haven't shared this with other groups that I'm in. there are people in LinkedIn that say hi to me and have a positive reaction to my content, the way I present, the way I communicate. It's very simple rules in my method of mindset, right? Nothing fancy. I just have my old laptop with Windows 10 on it. It's a Core i5, and I have my low-tech selfie stick, my high-tech cell phone, and both Android app and Windows. And then, of course, on one side, I have YouTube. YouTube is a real-time on-demand technology. If you can work with YouTube, you will learn a lot. Okay, if you use it positively, and you will gain knowledge, and you will increase your knowledge, increase your experience, and move forward in your career. Whatever career you're in, if you're in IT, any domain, any space, or any other non-technical field that you're working with, tools, right? Utilities, diagnostic utilities, software, database, operating systems, management systems. There are all kinds of software out there, all kinds of tools out there, right? Right tools for right job. That is the aim and that is the goal of my channel. It's nothing fancy. There is no sound, there is no music. It's just the tone of my voice, and go get attitude, positive approach, active mindset, willing to learn, willing to share, willing to teach, willing to educate, and willing to grow. It's simple. Very simple rules in life, right? Very simple. So that's it. Share, learn, teach, and grow. Share, learn, teach, and grow. If you like, you subscribe. If you like, you subscribe. It's very simple. I use the power of PowerPoint. There's no music coming in. There's no sound coming in. It is simple as it can get, right? Keep it simple, simplify, right? I want to thank all my subscribers, all my viewers, all my audience, all my ex-co-workers. If you're watching my YouTube video, or if you see me on LinkedIn, how y'all doing today, right? As I say, I'm grateful to universe, grateful to cosmos, grateful to God, divine spirit. Have a great day. Be safe till my next content gets uploaded. God bless you all.